StubSan here. In this clip, I'm going to take a previously installed Debian system and I'm going to install the Sway window manager. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to boot the system up. There's a console. Log in as StubSan. All you got to do to install Sway is apt install Sway. Sudo apt install Sway. Now, at this point, I have no X11, I have no Xorg, I have no Wayland, GNOME, KDE. None of that has been installed. This is literally a base text command line only Debian 13 system. I put sudo, I put vim, and what else did I put on there? Whatever. So let's stick Sway on there. There we go. It's going to install all that stuff in green. Y'all might want to do some of that. If you're Debian, the Sway backgrounds might be useful. I'm not going to install any of that. Great. If I just type Sway, it'll launch Sway. Before I launch it, I want to check my configuration. By default, that's the configuration file that Sway will use. They recommend that you copy it to your home folder. Make dir, make directory -p is generally what you want when you want to make directories. It'll make every directory down the path, so if .config doesn't exist, it'll make it, and then it'll make /sway underneath .config. Alright, let's copy that file over. And I'm going to edit it. So, a couple things I'm going to do. I'm going to add a variable. And I'm going to put in a web browser. Come on. There we go. Alright, so I'm setting a variable, www equal to firefox. We'll be using that later on in this file, like right here. I'm using mod+w to launch my web browser. mod+w is actually being used already in this file, so I'm going to change it. They currently have mod+w set up to switch to the tab default. I'm just going to change that to mod+t. It makes more sense. mod+s is stacking, mod+t is tabbed. And mod+w means fire up a web browser. I don't know. I like that better than the defaults. Of course, this is really just to show you how to do it, not what to do. The idea is to set it the way you want it. Here's when you hit the mod+Shift+e key in Sway, it's going to give you this big long message. You pressed exit, blah blah blah, and you have to click on yes. I'm going to change that so that when I press mod+Shift+e, it doesn't ask me, it just exits. I live on the bleeding edge of technology that way. Alright. I'll write that. Let's see. I feel like there's something else I might want to do. My eyes are bad, so I'm going to make the border a little bigger. Five pixels seems to work really well for me. I like it. All right, so let's fire it up. All I gotta do is type sway, and we're in. I'm in my first desktop. I hold the window key and press enter to open up a terminal. Yep, that looks good. Open up another terminal. Also looks good. See, I got that nice thick border here. Yeah, I like having a nice thick border. Alright. And that, in a nutshell, is how you install Sway. If I hold the window key and press the letter W to open up the web browser, this is not going to work. And that's because I have not installed Firefox. I'll be doing that in a later video. Alright, thanks for watching, y'all.